The season might be behind our windshield mirror, but today these drivers have one more opportunity to race for something special. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special edition of the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series, the second exhibition race in the series with the all-new Fastenal All Star Race here in LA. 24 drivers had the opportunity today to not only race for $1 million tonight, but as well have a chance to win a spot to race in the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series season opener here at the City of Angels.
Tim James is a crowd of nearly 200,000 fans here at the Los Angeles International Speedway. Tickets to this race are hotter than a black letter seat on a hot summer day. The top 23 in points, including Justin Allgaier, will race 30 laps around this famous 2-mile lawn oval, with many fans being familiar with the historic Piston Cup Racing Series tiebreaker race at this very same track in the movie Cars. Right now we get a chance to see it as something new today. A race to win $1 million and a spot in the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series season opener. And now without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at your starting grid and see where your favorite drivers will be starting at here at Los Angeles. Kyle Larson has won the pole again here today, but this time both the Kyles are sweeping the front row, as of course our Fastenal Cup Series champion Kyle Busch is here to start alongside of Larson in second place on the outside of row number 1. Then you got Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the number 47, who had an unbelievable first half, and Shane Van Gisbergen in the 91, our Sonoma race winner, starting in 4th. Then you got Denny Hamlin in the 5th place position in the number 11, our Las Vegas winner, and William Byron in the number 24, starting 6th on the outside. And there's Chase Owen in the number 9, our Watkins Glen win on the inside of row 4, and then Martin Truex Jr. with at least one more attempted race in the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series, who was also close to win the title. After winning 2 races in the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series, he starts 8th on the outside of row 4. And then next up, you have Ryan Blaney in the 12, our winner from Kansas back in race 3, and Alex Bowman, believe it or not, was the winningest driver of the series with 4, including the Daytona 500. He starts 10th, rounding up the top 10. And in 6th, we see Chris Buescher in the 17, who had an unbelievable season, was a dark horse throughout the whole entire season, finished in the top 5 in points, and Daniel Suarez in the 99, one last ride in Trackhouse Racing on the outside of 06, starting 12th. Then you got Christopher Bell in the 20, who has been very consistent throughout the whole entire season, hoping to at least finally get a win here at Los Angeles. And Daniel Hemrick, our winner from Talladega, in an unbelievable photo finish over Ricky Stenhouse Jr. by 3 1/1000ths of a second, starting in row 7. Then you see in row 8, Joey Logano in the 22, also hoping to get a win here in Los Angeles. And Chase Briscoe in the 14. We are expecting that this is going to be his last start here with Haas Factory Team, as it is speculation he will not be in that 14 car in Nashville for the All-American race, but they do start in row 8. And then in row 9, we see the 54 of Ty Gibbs in the Cub Catch-It Toyota colors, and Bubba Wallace, our Richmond winner, starting the outside of row 9, starting 18th. 45 of Tyler Reddick obviously had an unbelievable win at Michigan after tying Michael McDowell at Michigan. And then Brad Keselowski in the 6th, rounding up the top 20 in row 10. And then Austin Dillon in the number 3 will start in 21st position with AJ Allmendinger in the 16. Both of them on row number 11 as they barely made it in, but they both start near the back of the pack. And then rounding up the field, obviously we see the 40 of Justin Allgaier, who obviously won at Bermuda Triangle in amazing upset triumph. And starting 24th and last, we see the 41 of Ryan Preece, who barely made his way inside into this race after having a horrible first half of the season, flipping over twice at Daytona and Charlotte. He's in this field here today, and row 12 on the outside, and that is your starting grid for today's All-Star race at Los Angeles. And guys, as if it wasn't obvious, we do have some noticeable drivers that actually did not make the field. That would be Chastain, McDowell, and Hocevar. And the reason why they're not here in this race is because they didn't finish inside the top 23. Obviously, Chastain and Hocevar both had pretty dismal seasons, as obviously Carson Hocevar won the Busch Light Clash, and after the regular season, he just derailed, and Ross Chastain, his bad luck was absolutely horrendous, and of course, Michael McDowell was just underperforming. And Austin Cindric, Eric Jones, and Noah Gragson didn't even make it either because they didn't finish in the top 23 either, so it's a shame that they all couldn't make it here today. And of course, guys,
Tim Simmons is not going to be in here today because obviously he wasn't full-time, but he is saving his gas because, of course, he is expecting to be full-time in the DeWalt Truck Series, so Tim Simmons can at least get a little break here for the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series here this time around. But guys, I am super stoked about this. I don't know what's going to happen here, but $1 million and a spot at Daytona is on the line today.
Absolutely, it's definitely going to be a fun one to watch here as we're here at Los Angeles International Speedway. Probably one of the last tracks that you guys probably expected us to go. But of course, this is the 20th anniversary of cars, and it's almost been 20 years since that historic tiebreaker race took place at Los Angeles. So why not bring it here today? Instead, we're not racing for a tiebreaker. We're racing for $1 million and a spot at Daytona for the Truck Series. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's go ahead and go trackside to get those engines fired with the command being given by... Wait, is this correct? Tow Mater? Wait, what?
Drivers, start your engines and let's get her done!
Oh. Well, that was something I was not expecting to hear, but yeah, there you have it. The command being given by Tow Mater. That's freaking awesome. Oh, and also, Jimothy, last Sunday, did you watch that race at Darlington? Did you stay away from it?
Yeah, I saw some of it.
Did you see the part where DW came back and said the most famous line?
Yeah, I did. That was awesome.
You want to do it again here this time for this race?
You did not have to ask me twice. I was just going to ask if I could still do it. But oh my goodness, guys, what an unbelievable event that we're about to see here. As these drivers not only have an opportunity to race for $1 million, but they could go to Daytona for a chance to race in the DeWalt Truck Series season opener. And these fans do not want to miss this. Here we come, boys. Flatman has the green flag waving in the air.
Put it in, boys! Let's go racing! Perfect.
And Kyle Larson already pulls away as we see Kyle Busch already dropping back to the 4th place position already. And look how scattered around this whole field is as they enter into the backstretch for the first time here today.
Well, guys, I'm going to be the first to say this is nothing like what we can expect to see. Like, this is not what we saw from the movie Cars originally. These guys are all scattered around. There's enough room to at least for these drivers to try to go 5 wide if they want to. And as obviously, you can obviously tell, the banking is a lot more wider than it is in the actual movie.
And look at our Fastenal Cup champ, Kyle Busch. He's already dropping pretty much obviously out of the top 5 already. He's all the way down in 8th already. He's losing a lot of positions. Yeah, something happened to that car, man. I don't know what is happening to that 8 car, but yeah, he is losing a lot of positions. And as we can see, Joe racing teammates 3 wide temporarily.
Yeah, we will expect to see a lot of guys going 3 wide here. Obviously, take a look at that Piston Cup logo. That definitely feels a little bit interesting, knowing that we're at a track that the Piston Cup Racing League races in. And look at that, guys. We're already about to be 4 wide as they enter into the front straightaway.
You guys, they're about to be 5 wide behind them. Look at this back behind them. Yep, Tim James, you called it. They can go 5 wide if they want to. They
look out. Oh, yeah, caught a little hard. That's Danny Hamlin, who was in the middle of all that 5 wide action. Looks like he collected the 9 of Chase Elliott also. But a lot of smoke and a lot of damage to that 11 car. Danny Hamlin hard into the inside wall. There's the 9 of Chase Elliott. A lot of damage to that car as well.
Yeah, you saw the initial hit when we were on the onboard of Christopher Bell. Looks like that 11 car just went darted to the right. I'm not sure if he got hooked by that 9 car of Chase Elliott, like what we saw at Charlotte many years ago. But already on lap 3, we're under our first caution here in the All Star Race at Los Angeles.
Oh man, you see a lot of smoke pouring out of that 11 car of Danny Hamlin. I believe that's a day ender already. It's going to be an early exit, looks like, for our Las Vegas winner, Danny Hamlin. And that's a tough break for him, knowing that he started in the top 5 today.
Daggone it.
Well, Tim James, I believe it all started when they were 5 wide right here. We saw it initially before we cut to Christopher Bell's camera. Just really nowhere to go. Oh, God. That was a huge shot by the 11 of Danny Hamlin after he got turned around by the 9. That wasn't obviously intentional. Obviously, there was not a lot of racetrack left for the 11 of Danny Hamlin to go, and that really caused the 9 of Chase Elliott to really get him in a bad angle. Yeah, really nothing in fault there for the 9 of Chase Elliott. Oh, God, Danny Hamlin with the virtually head-on hit as he gets turned around into the turn 2 wall. And of course, as we know, that's a day ender right there early for the 11 of Denny Hamlin. But the question is, how damaged is that 9 car, though? Well, Sam, I actually heard on the radio of the 11 of Denny Hamlin, he was already criticizing everybody about how they were racing so hard early and so aggressively on just the 3rd lap. I mean, I understand that, you know, that the length of this track is pretty wide, but obviously, since they're running 5 wide, everybody's trying to go for $1 million. So I should say that's just part of racing.
Checkers or wreckers?
Now let's see if this is going to give us any confirmation about the damage of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Oh man, he completely pancaked the right side of that car into the wall as he was collecting Denny Hamlin in the 11 car. That, I'm pretty sure, left a lot of suspension damage on that car, as you see right there. Yeah, he's in the grass. There's definitely something broken in that 9 car. I love what you did there, Sim. That was actually pretty creative. Anyway, here's the onboard of Denny Hamlin. Yeah, clearly ran out of racetrack there, and obviously the 9 of Chase Elliott was just an innocent bystander there. Obviously, there was nothing really at fault there for the 9 of Chase Elliott. It's just the 11 of Denny Hamlin was just running out of racetrack, and there was not a lot of room to go. So really nothing that Denny Hamlin could have done.
Well, on just the 3rd lap here at Los Angeles for the All Star Race, we only have 2 cars under the wall, and that being Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott. Hard into the outside wall in turn number 1. We do know that the 11 of Denny Hamlin's done for the day, but we're not sure about the 9 car of Chase Elliott, but we'll get more information when we come back from commercial break as we're working under our first caution here at the All-Star Race here at Los Angeles.
Full crowd tonight. Oh my God.
Obviously, we know Denny Hamlin is indeed done for the day, but the 9 car of Chase Elliott is still out there, even though he completely flat-out squared the passenger side of that car. But as we come to the restart, you see Buescher, Blaney, Bell, and Gibbs now in the top 5, with Daniel Hemrick behind them in 6th. And we're about to restart here on lap 8. We'll see how things play out here in the single-file restart as Kyle Larson leads them down. Yeah, this time the restart wasn't really as ordered. Oh, man, actually, never mind. A lot of guys are trying to get into the bottom side here. And look, there's Chase Elliott. Yep. And Kyle Larson has obviously cleared away. As you can see behind him, Ryan Blaney is trying to take second away from Chris Buescher, as Christopher Bell is trying to make it 3 wide for second. Yeah, guys, and I thought we've learned after what happened there with the 11 and the 9, but clearly not. As you see, obviously, the 20 and the 54 now currently 3 wide for third right now behind them. But here comes Shane Van Gisbergen. Had to talk about him all day. And how about the 31 of Hemrick right there, also in this mix as well. He restarted 6th in this race, and now you see the 17 truly dropping positions.
This is unbelievable racing, and we're not even close to halfway there yet. And as you can see right here, man, look at this field. Oh, man, there's a lot of guys checking up behind him. I'm not sure what happened, but I think we had a close call. But Christopher Bell and Ty Gibbs is losing a lot of position.
Yeah, guys, something definitely happened on the top side, because I saw the bottom lane had a huge advantage compared to everybody else. I'm not sure if there was something that happened that transpired all that. But yeah, it definitely cost a lot of drivers, including the 31 and the 17. But this 19 car, though, of Martin Truex Jr., in his last start here at Los Angeles, trying to keep it clean. And yikes, look what that drops Chris Buescher to. Chris Buescher, who restarted second, now drops all the way to 17th in 2 laps.
Yeah, a lot of these guys have, and they're really trying to be really careful here because obviously, as what we saw on lap 3, you know intensity could pick up quick, and right now, as we're currently seeing, the field is sort of separated here. And wow, you see how tight it is between the 41 and the 54. It's really, really close, but it looks like the 54 is going to clear him right there. That was almost an exact replica of what we saw from the 11 and the 9. Well, guys, we already reached the 20 lap to go mark. Obviously, we only raced 30 laps here. This is not going to be a long race. This is going to be more short and sweet because obviously, since there's not that big of a pack here, there's only 24 cars. So this one's going to be a short and sweet race. And as you can see, Kyle Busch, now he's back up to the second place position, trying to catch Kyle Larson. And we're getting close to that time where we're about to see the Kyle and Kyle show. And as you can see, there's still currently 3 wide in the back. See the 45, Tyler Reddick down below, the 54 of Ty Gibbs in the middle, and the 12 of Ryan Blaney up top. And now you see the 91 of Shane Van Gisbergen. It looks like he's losing a little bit of positions, but not too much though. But there's really not a lot of help on the top side. He's going to lose a lot of momentum.
Well, guys, meanwhile, out front, I'm seeing a little bit of action here, and it's the 8 car of Kyle Busch, who just is about to take the lead away from Kyle Larson. But here comes the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's trying to at least get this done here too. And we've seen this time and time again. Remember, we saw it in North Wilkesboro 2 years ago between the 8 and the 47. We all know how that turned out. Of course, both of these guys, teammates neither year, rivals every year, friends maybe never. Now, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the 47 is trying to take the lead away, and it looks like he's going to. He might clear this lap, but the 8th car of Kyle Busch is getting a push by the 5. Stenhouse is going to lead that lap. And of course, Kyle Busch is closing. Obviously, how good would this be if the 8th car of Kyle Busch, who just came home from a championship at Bristol, to get this win here as well? Right now, you see a little bit of action here for 6th. Yeah, of course, guys, not to mention that we saw last week, Morton Truex Jr. had a heartbreaking loss at Bristol Motor Speedway. He was leading the points by 9 points until he was caught up in an accident with 40 laps to go, and that's what pretty much done it right there for him. And wow, as you see right here, the field is a little bit bunched up together, but it looks like they're going to clear away. They're almost 4 wide in the back, though.
Yeah, man, that was close. They were almost 4 wide there. They were a little bit, but as you can see, now they're 4 wide now. That's the 12 of Ryan Blaney. He is still stuck right in mid-pack, currently in the 14th place position.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney has been struggling ever since this restart here. Of course, we saw him restart in the 4th place position, and already he's lost he's lost 11 positions. And knowing how short this race is going to be, there's not going to be a lot of time for Blaney to catch up, so he's got to go now if he wants to at least catch back up.
Well, here he comes. The 5 of Kyle Larson is coming right back with a push from the 99 of Daniel Suarez. Obviously, we know that Kyle Larson has led 12 laps so far. Also, we saw Stenhouse lead a lap and Kyle Busch lead a lap. Now Kyle Larson is back leading here in Los Angeles. Guys, they're almost 3 wide right there for 2nd place. You see the 17 of Chris Buescher. I don't know where in the world he came from, but Chris Buescher is now back in the hunt.
Yeah, including this 24 William Byron. I've been able to talk about him all day today. This 24 William Byron is trying to see if he can finally win something here in the Fastenal Cup Series. Didn't win a race at all in the 15 races that we've had this season, including that 47 Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But man, they're 3 abreast coming into 4.
And now already we are approaching with 15 laps to go. We are already halfway done throughout this race. Of course, as you can see, the 24 William Byron now goes up to 2nd. Ty Gibbs now in 3rd. And as you can see right there, 3 abreast as they enter into 1, as Alex Bowman's trying to make it 4 wide. Guys, I was trying to say that we got some lap traffic coming into play. We've seen this happen before in Atlanta. You know, Chase Elliott being an incredibly slow car. Like, I thought that Chase Elliott would have learned from what happened in Atlanta, but apparently not. And man, this is really going to cost a lot of drivers. Chris Buescher is stuck on the top side. Even the 8 car of Kyle Busch, he's stuck behind him. Oh man, and a close call right there as the 22 almost got spun around.
Yeah, everybody had to check up there. As you saw, everybody was going down below, and as they were trying to, you know, avoid a possible accident right there. But yeah, guys, after that happened, the 17 of Chris Buescher drops all the way to 19. Ouch.
And this helped out the 24 William Byron as he's now closing in on his teammate to get the lead here.
That 24 car just ran the fastest lap of the race so far, so that 24 car is definitely blazing as he's trying to get past his teammate for the lead.
A view from Look at This as he sees the action take place. Great camera work again by Look at This, and as you can see right here, there's Justin Allgaier in the 40. We haven't been able to talk about him all day, but we're still baffled about how he was able to win that race at the Bermuda Triangle. That's the only reason why he's here today. The only reason he's here is because he obviously got that upset victory at Bermuda Triangle at race 4. But right now, he just haven't been able to find the speed that he wants. But how about Kyle Busch in the 8? He is trying to find his way back up to the front.
Yeah, what the heck? He was dead last like a lap ago, and he's already closing in 12th place position. Unbelievable speed in that 8 car of Kyle Busch, trying to get back up to the front to pull a comeback.
Yep, Kyle Busch is now listed in the top 10, and as you can see right now is Larson, Byron, SVG, Gibbs, and Bowman in the top 5 currently, as we now have 11 laps to go. Yeah, of course, William Byron is obviously looking for a win, but SVG, though, how awesome would this be if he could get this win here? Obviously, we saw that he had a pretty good day at Talladega and Atlanta. He is pretty good at these 2-mile-long ovals here, as of course, he did start 4th here today. And as you can see right here in the back, you see the 12 of Ryan Blaney stuck 3 wide. Well, Blaney was able to gain a little bit of ground as he's now in the 11th place position, but he's really got to be careful here because now the 14 and the 6 is between him. And of course, out front, Kyle Larson continues to smooth sail as he continues to lead here. As we mentioned, Kyle Larson is trying to at least achieve something here in the Fastenal Cup Series. Maybe he could do something today. Hey guys, take a look at this pack. We haven't talked about one driver here today, and that would be the 23 of Bubba Wallace. Obviously, with an unpredictable win at Richmond Raceway where his teammate Tyler Red went on pit road because of tires going down. And right now, currently, this pack is currently 2 seconds behind our race leader Kyle Larson. So it's not a huge difference, but it's not a short distance either. But guys, we're already closing into the end of this thing. Time is running out. We're already coming in with 10 laps to go.
Yeah, how bad did these guys want it? What kind of moves would they make? The 45 of Tyler Bennett now goes down low, trying to take away the 11th place position from Brad Keselowski. These guys back here, who is 2 seconds back behind the leaders, is definitely in trouble. But for these guys, it's currently smooth sailing as SVG now moves up to second.
Oh yeah, this is what it's all about. A three-way battle for the lead with 10 to go.
You guys, the 24 William Byron dropped all the way to 4th, so he's still currently up here in the top 5, but he did lose a couple of positions here. Now that obviously that puts SVG in second, but now Ty Gibbs is up in 3rd.
And of course, not only that these guys are racing for $1 million, but they're also racing for a chance to race in the season opener at Daytona for the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series. And of course, with 8 laps to go, we got a little bit of action here. That will be the 16 of AJ Allmendinger. Yeah, guys, unfortunately, AJ just cannot find the speed that he wants. He's been pretty much stuck below the top 15 pretty much all day here today. And of course, now he's losing a lot of positions here. Ryan Blaney just continues to drop back. But meanwhile, out front, SVG is closing in. He's trying to get the lead away. He is on the back bumper of the 5. SVG is closing the distance on this 5 car of Kyle Larson. He hopes to at least win himself into the truck race at Daytona. But the 24 William Byron is coming right back as he's now back up into the 3rd place position.
And guys, don't cut out the 8 car of Kyle Busch. He found himself up into the 7th place position, as well as the 19 of Marty Truex Jr. He is all the way up here into the top 10 now. Obviously, this is indeed going to be Marty Truex Jr.'s last start here in the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series, so he hopes to at least make a comeback here and see if he can raise himself for a chance to race in the season opener at Daytona.
Well, once again, these guys are 2 seconds behind the top 6 currently right now, so they got a little bit of ways to go as they're now currently 3 wide. Daniel Suarez in the 99 trying to make a move.
And here comes the 17 of Chris Buescher. Obviously, he's had an up and down day. He now finds himself back up here into the top 10. As of course, they were nearly 4 wide right there. And here comes the 24 William Byron trying to take 2nd place away from SVG.
And how about the 48 of Alex Bowman? We haven't been able to talk about him all day. Now he finds himself into the picture. Now he's trying to take 3rd place away from SVG, with Daniel Hemrick now trying to challenge.
Now, however, though, for the 31 of Daniel Hemrick, he did finish in the top 23 in points. However, though, he's already guaranteed to race at Daytona because he is scheduled to race full-time in the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series. And there's Chase Elliott again, slow as hell once again. But yeah, the 31 of Daniel Hemrick is expecting to race in the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series full-time. But now, if he does win this race here at Los Angeles, that will give him a little bit of momentum, but it's really not going to, make a difference knowing that Daniel Hemrick's going to be full-time in the Truck Series. But if he does win, he'll still get something out of it, and that would be indeed $1 million. But Kyle Larson right now in front is still smooth sailing, but his teammate William Byron in the 24 is still behind him, and Alex Bowman now moves up to 3rd, and SVG is going to drop to 4th. Well, now is currently Hendrick 1, 2, 3 as we close in now with 5 laps remaining here. Whatever happens here, the next flag's going to end the race, whether it being a caution or the white flag. That's right, we have reached 5 laps to go, and no matter what happens here, if the caution comes out, the race is going to be over because we're not going to have enough time for a restart, and obviously we have no overtime rules here, so if a caution does indeed come out, the race is going to be over, and this might be one here, as the 17 of Chris Buescher is blowing up here. Oh man, Chris Buescher was having such a decent day going on here. He was up there in 7th place. Right before that, he was able to find his way back up into the top 10, and that's when I guess his engine probably blew out because there's a lot of smoke barreling over the 17 of Chris Buescher. I'm not sure if that's going to bring down a caution, but right now, Kyle Larson continues to lead with 4 laps to go. Well, it does look like the inconsistent cautions also is taking place here because the caution has not come out yet as the 17 of Chris Buescher blows up. And it looks like Brett Bodine may be on the tower, as he just said track's clear tower. So, looks like they didn't on the tower, the track's clear, so we're just going to let them roll. Look out behind him. SVG in the 91 was trying to make a move there to try to take second away from William Byron. And guys, it's really getting down to the wire here with 3 laps remaining. Kyle Larson is hoping that SVG does not get past this 24.
Yeah, guys, the 91 of SVG just ran the fastest lap of the race, so he is currently the fastest car currently so far. But this 48 car of Alex Bowman, such a shame because now he drops all the way to 6 after being third a couple laps ago.
Here comes SVG.
And SVG is making a move onto the bottom, trying to take second place away from William Byron. Doesn't look like he's going to make that work. But guys, meanwhile, the 48 is trying to make a move as the 48 is trying to get past the 54 for 5th right now. They're currently side by side entering 4th.
Obviously, this is for the final spot in the top 5. Obviously, it doesn't really matter since points are no longer a factor here. But of course, they continue to be side by side, and it looks like Alex Bowman might be able to clear him, and he does. Alex Bowman now jumps back up into the top 5. Well, guys, with 2 laps to go, SVG is closing in on the 24 of William Byron. Is he going to make this move right here? He's trying to make... Oh, it looks like he already does pass him. But Daniel Hemrick in the 31, though, is trying to get past him to 3rd.
And obviously, this is not what the 5 car of Kyle Larson definitely wanted. He wanted that 91 to stay behind his teammate because obviously Kyle Larson knows SVG in the 91 has been the fastest car on the racetrack so far. Well, guys, this is it.
We're heading into the final lap, and SVG is right behind the leader. Can he pass Kyle Larson to win? 2 miles left to go for these guys here. SVG is going to have to do everything that he needs to do in order to get past the 5 of Kyle Larson, but it looks like right here, the 5 is slowly pulling away. And guys, I think this time it's finally going to be Kyle Larson's day as he's finally going to achieve something here in the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series after being winless in the 15 races. SVG has closed the gap, but I don't think it's going to be enough time as they come out of turn number 4. And for the 1 billionth time in his career, Kyle Larson is going to be a millionaire here in Los Angeles, and he's going to Daytona. The Mickiest of Mouses.
Fucking go!
And all when it mattered most, Kyle Larson finally achieved something in the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series. See, Larson fans, it's not rigged.
Yeah, but I gotta give a valiant effort for the 91 of SVG. It definitely was a great day for him as well. He definitely had a shot to at least try to pass Kyle Larson to win the $1 million and to go to Daytona. But how about Daniel Hemrick in the 31, passing William Byron at the last second for 3rd?
Definitely a great momentum builder for the 31 of Daniel Hemrick as he moves on into the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series. I can't wait to see what he's going to do there. But such a spectacular job by Daniel Hemrick here today.
And there's the Fastenal Cup Series champion, Kyle Busch in the 8. He does finish in the 7th place position, even though he doesn't win here today. He doesn't go to Daytona. And this 19 of Martin Truex Jr., as we talked about, this is scheduled to be his last race in the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series, and in his last start in the 11th place position. And obviously Martin Truex Jr. will now drive off into the sunset as his career comes to a close here at Los Angeles International Speedway. And now it's time to take a look at your results here in tonight's All Star Race. Kyle Larson obviously with a dominant performance. SVG obviously 1 spot short, but obviously Daniel Hemrick with a great momentum builder, and Ty Gibbs in 5th place. Yeah, guys, that was a phenomenal race that we saw from start to finish, and a lot of guys had great days here today. Obviously, the 47, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., even though he finished 3rd, he did lead a lap today, and of course, Kyle Busch led 2, so that's that points don't really matter anymore. But how about the 14 and the 99, Ryan Hellman in the top 10?
Yeah, guys, and I thought this whole time the 24 William Byron had an opportunity to get past his teammate. I thought he was going to end up winning this thing, and I thought he was going to be the one going to Daytona. But nope, the 5 car of Kyle Larson was able to pull a clutch victory, and he's going to Daytona for the Truck Series.
Yep, definitely a great day for Kyle Larson, who of course started on the pole here today, gets the victory after leading 27 out of the 30 laps. Definitely was a dominant performance for the 5 of Kyle Larson, definitely for sure. And here's the second half of the list. Obviously, Martin Truex Jr. in his last start finishes home in the 11th place position. You guys, look right here. A lot of guys, unfortunately, did not have a great day here today, including the 6 of Brad Keselowski and the 22 of Joey Logano. Yeah, and guys, heartbreak for the 20 of Christopher Bell. He was unable to achieve anything, including the 6 and the 22, surprisingly enough. The 22 obviously did not win the 15 races that we've had, and he did not win this race either. So how shocking that is for the 22 of Joey Logano to go winless, including the 6 of Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, of course, for the 2 guys that was unable to finish this race, both Chris Buescher and Denny Hamlin. Obviously, Hamlin, who started 5th here, obviously gets into an accident on lap 3. He was the first one to be out of this one, and of course the 17 of Chris Buescher, as what we saw with 4 laps to go, blows an engine, and that definitely spoiled what was going to be a great day for him. And of course right there, Chase Elliott, who was also involved in that lap 3 accident, was able to finish this race, but he finished 2 laps down. Not a great day for Chase Elliott either, but he was at least able to finish off in one piece and not cause chaos this time, besides that one time.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it was definitely retroactively a clean race here at Los Angeles. Obviously, it wasn't a huge patch like what we expected it to be because it was only 24 cars, so... But yeah, I still loved every bit of it, and I'm happy for Kyle Larson. He's definitely going to be one to watch out for when we move on to the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series in April.
That's right, folks. Kyle Larson, of course, as we mentioned, not only wins $1 million, but he will also have an opportunity to race in the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series season opener at Daytona, at which we still do not have the information for the series yet, but we do expect the information video to come out within this next week. But for right now, guys, that is going to conclude our broadcast. Once again, guys, we want to thank all of you for all the support that you brought throughout this NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series. It was an amazing stretch for 8 months, from the Busch Light Clash to South Boston, all the way here to the All Star Race here at Los Angeles. I hope you guys had a blast watching these. It was definitely a lot of fun to do this, but the fun is just getting started, as we still got another season that's still yet to come. Until then, guys, we'll see you guys at Daytona for the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series. Congratulations to Kyle Larson for winning the All-Star Race, and once again, congratulations to Kyle Busch for winning the championship. And of course, thank you to Martin Truex Jr. for everything that you have done. We'll see you guys at Daytona International Speedway for the NASCAR DeWalt Truck Series season opener. Obviously, Jimothy Jameson, Tim James, I'm Simmons Tim. Thank you all so much for watching all the races in the NASCAR Fastenal Cup Series. We'll see all of you at Daytona International Speedway. Until then, God bless you. Stay faithful, stay safe, stay healthy. So long from Los Angeles, and we'll see you guys at Daytona.